everyone, and welcome back. I am the Pumpkin King, and in today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at Isla Pena on our Island Showcase series. As you know from the playthrough, Pena is kind of a pain in the ass. It is a very small island and very weirdly shaped. So we have a few elements that are not as amazing as they could be on this one. I really struggled to think of a theme for Isla Pena, but I'm overall very happy with how it turned out. So let's go ahead and dive into it. First of all, the theme for this island is efficiency. Because of that, we have a lot of things that are very compact and all put in together. So right here we have our entrance port, and we have the Jurassic Cafe, we have our gift shop, and we have another gift shop over here. I am, of course, using the Ultimate Mixed Eras mod so that I can combine Jurassic World and Jurassic Park stuff. And I do this because they are a lot smaller than the stuff you can get in the Jurassic World, and also because the Mixed Eras mod starts you in the Jurassic Park era, it means that it has fewer requirements for things that are needed in terms of guest comfort. If we come along here, following the walkway, we have this beautiful little overlook of the sea. I don't have the day-night cycle on right now so that we can see everything properly, but when the sun sets, it sets right there. It's a really pretty spot, and I have a few benches here set up. As we travel along, you can see what I like to do, both in terms of in-game and in the sandbox for moving these stanchions along with the monorail. I like to put them so that they are right next to the monorail. They take up less space this way, so it's more efficient. And also, I think it looks better because that means that you don't have these lines running everywhere. So, welcome to Isla Pena. Let's start over here as if you just came off the monorail. So you come off the monorail, and immediately to your left is a Paleo greenhouse. This Paleo greenhouse serves multiple functions, growing food not only for the dinosaurs, but also for the humans at the signature restaurant, which is a largely vegan offering restaurant on Isla Pena. If we take a look at our first viewing gallery, inside here, nothing particularly special. We've crammed in a lot of dinosaurs into a very small space. This is something that we do pretty regularly here on Isla Pena. And if we take a look, we've got Compsognathus, Edmontosaurus, Crichtonosaurus, Archaeornithomimus inside here. Those are all dinosaurs that like small enclosures, and that is also something that's going to be happening a lot here on Isla Pena. Pretty much all of the dinosaurs that we have, and if we take a look, you can see we've got 21 species on Tiny Pena, which is pretty impressive. But all of them are mixed species that allow us to put multiple dinosaurs in the same enclosure. Then they like small enclosures. Coming up the ramp, this is our signature hotel. Beg pardon, signature restaurant. I didn't give a name to it, but this would be Roots. It is the signature restaurant for Isla Pena. It is a vegan offering restaurant serving an African-Asian fusion. And of course, we have our hotel at the top of the hill, which we'll take a look at real quick. Pena is an island that does not offer very much in the way of vistas, unfortunately. Just because it's such a weird island to build on. But up here at the top of the hill, you can at least get a view across the island, and you'll also be able to see those mountains in the distance where the helicopter arrival point is. If we jump down, the Pena Hotel actually was more particularly a chance for me to try and experiment with something that I'm using on Isla Nublar, and in fact I'm working on right now, which is my Japanese garden. Again, we have these absolutely beautiful foliage that's been added in for the game using a mod from Planet Zoo. I'll put a link to that in the description. But it does provide for this nice little Japanese garden kind of area. And this was my practice attempt at doing something like that. I've done better on Isla Nublar. We'll cover that when we get there. Going back down the hill. Before we jump back on the monorail and carry on to the main section, if we come over this way, we have two bathrooms here. I actually like to pretend that these are spa cabanas. These are places where you can go and get like a spa treatment, hot stones, hot mud, all that stuff. You have to kind of use your imagination a bit, but Pena, it's like I said, it's a pain in the ass. So in addition to efficiency, the other thing that I'm emphasizing here on Pena is comfort and relaxation. We have the Isle of Palms here, leading on down to our viewing gallery. And if we look inside here, we have Centausaurus and the Ouranosaurus in here. No, Laura Titan, beg pardon. And it's a pretty normal looking enclosure. You can see it from both sides. There's the Laura Titan, Centausaurus in the back. But if we zoom out, you can see it from above, we have this sort of yin-yang shape. Now, it is, of course, not perfectly circular, but that's because of the island's terrain constraints, which I don't have the Expanded Islands Tools mod, so I kind of did the best I could with what I had here. Also over in this area is where we have the two geothermal power stations. Here again, I wanted to emphasize the efficiency of Isla Pena. So all of the power for the entire island comes from geothermal, and I, in my head, would also have it be through solar, and is produced by these two power plants and nothing else. Let's follow the monorail down to the main section here. Diving down to the main section, as you exit the monorail, of course, to your left there's a bathroom. Gotta have bathrooms because people, when they ride on monorails, get all shook, apparently. And this is the main section for the island. This is where we have the hotel, the arcade, the clothes store, and the restaurant, completing the trifecta for the star rating. And if we head over here, this is our Jurassic Tour. So, our first exhibit over on our right is a combination of Struthiomimus, Ornithomimus, Archaeornithomimus, Homocephaly, and Dryosaurus. Struthiomimus was originally described by Lawrence Lambie in 1901. Here you see a Dryosaurus. There's one of the colorations there. Got a group of them going by. There's Homocephaly. Homocephaly has a flattened head, which creates the debate as to whether or not it is a true species or a juvenile specimen of an existing species.
Struthiomimus has large eyes
Here,
and no teeth.
coming up on the
limbs,
right, you have
claws
our
than
combination
other
of
genera of
Deinonychus, Sinoceratops, and Styracosaurus. Sinoceratops was the first ceratopsian discovered in China and the only one known in Asia. This species blurs the lines between Centrosaurines and Chasmosaurines, which is suggested to have invaded Asia via Beringia. Struthiomimus was originally described by Lawrence Lamb in 1909. They were originally classified as an ornithomimus, but were reclassified as a new species in 1917.
Dryosaurus's speed is her greatest defense against carnivorous dinosaurs.
Over on our left is the Pentaceratops and Chasmosaurus exhibit. You can see those in the distance. We'll get back to those in a moment. And on our right, we have the Deinonychus. You can see them feeding there. Deinonychus was a transformative species. It changed what people thought about dinosaurs. With its bird-like features, it simply couldn't be visualized as slow and dopey. It was the original inspiration, of course, for the Jurassic Park velociraptors. So rounding the corner, over to our right is our Pachycephalosaurus exhibit. This also contains Dracorex and Stygimoloch. Skulls are the only remains of Pachycephalosaurus ever found. Because of the morphology of the skulls, other Pachycephalosaurids like Dracorex and Stygimoloch are sometimes mistaken for immature Pachycephalosaurus. Let's come around the corner. You can see there's our Chasmosaurus and Pentaceratops right over there. Pentaceratops have 5 horns and was first discovered in the Kirtland Formation in New Mexico. Chasmosaurus lived on the banks of the inland sea. Their remains have been found almost exclusively in the dinosaur park.
She is one of the last non-avian dinosaurs before the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event about 65 million years ago.
Dracorex hogwartsi, meaning the Dragon King of Hogwarts, which is an awesome name no matter how you slice it. Right in the corner, we can still see that herd of Pentaceratops and Chasmosaurus over there in the distance.
Here and
just as a note for the tour, I would have preferred to have these fences be invisible. I do not have the Invisible Fences mod, or rather I've downloaded it, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work. But I would have preferred to have these fences be invisible. We'll take a look at the layout for this attraction in just a moment. Rounding the corner over here to our right, this is our Dilophosaurus exhibit. In the Dilophosaurus exhibit, we have 6 animals. You can see one feeding there. Dilophosaurus is extremely different from those depicted in Jurassic Park. It was about 10 feet tall and perhaps 20 feet long, and is called the crested lizard because of the V-shaped crest on its head. We do not believe that it ever actually spit poison, but rather that it fed primarily on fish based on the structure of its jaws. Over on our left, we have a Ankylosaurid exhibit, including Nodosaurus, Polacanthus, and Sauropelta, all of which are dinosaurs that lived in a similar area and were combined in the fossil record so that they were very much related to each other.
Compared to other
Gigantspinosaurus to our right there
possesses small dorsal plates and much larger shoulder spines.
You get a better look at the Ankylosaurid exhibit. There's the Sauropelta up front, which is distinctive because of its shoulder spikes. Nodosaurus in the back and Polacanthus over to the side. And as we come around the corner, we enter into the launching area, and that completes the Jurassic Tour. So let's take a look at the layout here. Zooming out, you can see this is a very twisty, turny, windy, weird-shaped attraction. And the reason for that is because it takes maximum advantage of the edge. When you want to see a lot of stuff, but you don't have a lot of space, you have to kind of meander things around so as to increase the edge. And that way you'll be able to see more without making it seem like you're traveling very far. So there you go. We have the majority of the species here on Isla Pena right here in this little exhibit. And then, of course, we also have the second Pena Hotel, which has a dinosaur view room and ocean view as well. And that'll do it for Isla Pena. It is a challenging island to build on, especially in the campaign mode. In the story, in the sandbox, it is a little bit easier, but it's a really fun little island to play around with if you get a chance. I'd love to be able to come back sometime with the expanded terrain mod, expanded islands, so that I'd be able to take full use of Isla Pena here. But for right now, that's as far as we've gotten, and I'm pretty happy with it overall. So, if you enjoyed today's showcase, go ahead and hit that like button. And for more of these Jurassic World showcases, you can subscribe for a new one every week until I run out. But until next time, I am the Pumpkin King, and I will see you in the next episode, where we will be reviewing Isla Tacaño and Tacaño Research Facility. Until next time, I'll see you later.